Welcome to the introduction for the No-Rise Analysis Training video series provided by the Kansas Department of Agriculture Division of Water Resources. My name is Ben Ruffenall with WSP and I will be guiding you through this training. In this introduction video, we will provide an overview of what is included in each of the videos in this training series. And we also talk about additional resources that can be used to help with no-rise analyses. There are 4 additional videos in this training series. In part 1, what is a no-rise analysis and when do I need one? We will define the no-rise analysis. We will explain when a no-rise analysis is needed and when it is not necessarily needed, and provide examples of these. And we'll explain the alternatives to a no-rise analysis, what to do when a no-rise condition can't be met, and can we still make changes to the floodplain and floodway. In part 2, getting to the existing conditions model, we will explain how to find the current effective data. We'll define the duplicate effective model and corrected effective model and talk about when these are needed. And we'll explain the path to get to an acceptable existing conditions model. In part 3, we will walk through an example no-rise analysis for a proposed development with an effective 1D model. We'll explain how to create the existing and proposed models and how to check that the no-rise conditions are met. In part 4, we will walk through an example no-rise analysis for a proposed bridge replacement in a 2D model. And we'll explain how to create the existing and proposed models and how to check that no-rise conditions are met. Now we'll talk about some additional resources that are available to help you out with your no-rise analyses. The first is the KDA DWR Water Structures website. There's a lot of good information available on this website, and I'll walk through some of the more important items related to no-rise analyses. In the stream and floodplain permits sections, you will find checklists that show you everything that is needed for the various permits. At the bottom of that list, you see the requirements for hydraulic analysis for fill within a FEMA floodway. When you click through, it'll open a document that provides a lot of the information that we're going to go over in these training videos. And in that document, it includes a list of items that you will need to submit to prove your no-rise analysis when you apply for state floodplain fill permits. There are also many important resources in the floodplain management mapping section of the website. The mapping projects link will take you to a list of projects that are currently in progress across the state. Clicking through will take you to a map that shows all the active projects across the state. If you scroll down, there will be links to each of these projects, and clicking through those links will provide more information about where each of those projects is in the process. The base flood elevation portal can be used to not only request the base flood elevation anywhere in the state, but you can also request current effective and draft data for the new mapping projects. Clicking through takes you to the Kansas Base Flood Elevation portal. You do have to register for an account before you can request the information through this portal. The current effective floodplain map viewer can be used to view the current effective data in your project area. Clicking through takes you to a map where you can view all the current effective data. This includes the current effective LOMAR areas that are highlighted with the purple boundaries on the map. In the floodplain management training section, you can find information about upcoming and past trainings, both in person and virtual. You can find more information about trainings like this one. There's also a lot of helpful information on the FEMA website. One of the most important pieces of information is their guidance and reports. The most important guidance document for no-rise analyses would be the FEMA floodway guidance. This is the source for a lot of the information that's covered in these videos. Another important guidance document for no-rise analyses would be the FEMA MT2 guidance. This is especially important if there is a need for mapping changes. Another good resource for checking the current effective data is the FEMA Mapping Service Center. Here you can find both the current effective mapping and historic floodplain data. Effective modeling and mapping data can be downloaded through the FEMA Flood Risk Study Engineering Library. Now remember, even if you can't find data on this, it may still be available. You can request this data through the KDA BFE portal, and the state may have additional information that is not available in the Flood Risk Study Engineering Library. FEMA also has a YouTube channel with various training videos available. On that YouTube channel, there is a no-rise review training. If you are completing a 2D no-rise analysis, it'd be good to watch this video to know what the reviewers will be looking for. If you have further questions or are looking for more information related to what is covered in this video series, you can contact the Kansas Department of Agriculture, Division of Water Resources, Water Structures Program at the following phone number and email address. You can also find additional information and contact info on the website listed on the screen.